When it came time to go to college, I was lucky enough that my parents found a couple of scholarships for me. The School of Business had just started, back then, and they had this program called Industrial Management. I had a couple of finance courses, when I was at Auburn. And I decided to go into the banking business. I went back to Mobile for personal reasons, and so I knew banking, so I went in and interviewed with some banks and did well with all this, and for a couple of years, and I decided to go visit some friends in Dallas, Texas. Just spent the weekend with them, and I was flabbergasted at everything that I saw in Dallas, Texas. I mean, everything was booming. It was quite a city. And I quit my job, and I said, I'm sorry, but I'm moving to Dallas, Texas. In life, there are doors out there that you kind of look at, and some doors open, some doors close, right?
When you look at a guy like Bennie and see the worldly success, which by the way doesn't define him. He won't allow that. But you think, he was given everything. Well, he wasn't given anything. He was a banker, and his words were, I didn't have two nickels to rub together. And a friend or two, I can't remember, and they were trying to do a development, buy some land. And they asked Bennie, would he go in with them? He said, I don't have any money. I can't do this. They said, hey, look, we're just going to take a risk. Just sign your name and we'll hope it all works out. But Bennie did it, and because he believed in his buddies and he believed in the project, and who knows where his family would have been had that not turned out well.
It was something entirely new that I knew nothing about, and just tried to be the best at it. Again, it was that, okay, how can you be the best? And it still had that spirit, that entrepreneurial spirit of, let's be the best we can be at whatever it is that we're doing here. Very fortunate, and again, just right place, right time.
He said, Jay, every bit of success that I've had to take a risk to get there. Nothing has been a layup.
I'm not the smart guy. I'm really not. But I hire people who are the smart people. And I want the smart people around me who, they're the ones who make me look good, to be quite honest with you. I just try to find the opportunities and try to make sure that you take as many risks out of those opportunities that you jump into as possible.
He has a discernment about people. I've seen him firsthand where he said, I've been a part of this, but I can no longer be a part of this because people didn't have the standards that he thought they should have. More importantly, they didn't have the standards and the integrity that he wanted to be a part of. So he has innate ability to discern because he's such a good listener. He hears people, hears their stories, and then he hears their talk, then he watches their walk. And if those two things match up, he's all in now. And I believe it's the same with Stephanie. Yeah, even though I do question her marrying Bennie, but she has pretty good discernment, I would guess otherwise.
I look for people, if I'm getting into any kind of, whether it's an investment or whether it's a partnership, of are they passionate about what they're doing? Do they know something about this particular space that we're playing in, or do they not?
I had a Chevy Avalanche. I drove it for 200,000 miles, and he never let me hear the end of that. And I told him, I said, well, Bennie, you own a GM dealership down there in Mobile. Just send me one of those, big GMC, four-wheel drive trucks, and I'll give you my Avalanche. And he said, you wish. Anyway, he never did that. I don't know why he didn't, but it would have been nice. I guess he didn't want to spoil me, but he's a great friend. Great friend. When we first started talking about a golf teaching facility, he said, I don't want my name on a teaching facility. But he went and he met the women golfers and the men golfers on the team and the coaches. And they started telling him about how this would help them compete, improve their game for life after Auburn. And so Benny said, okay, I'm gonna do that.
You know, when you do make a decision to go through a certain door, and you go through that door, and maybe the things in through that door wasn't like you expected, you still have your mind, you still have your health, you still have your ability that you went through that door about. You know, it's okay. It's okay to fail. It's okay to make a wrong decision. You know, just learn from it and go through that next door. I'm the luckiest guy in the world.